Welcome to the Indie Film Hustle TV update, the world's first streaming service for filmmakers, screenwriters, and content creators. And here's your host, Alex Ferrari.
Welcome to the first episode of the Indie Film Hustle TV release updates. Now, I'm going to be doing these little updates once a month, though after December, I think in January and moving on, I'm going to be releasing content weekly, but I will be doing a monthly release announcement, so you'll know what's coming up in the coming month at the beginning of every month. And I'm just going to drizzle this in to the Indie Film Hustle podcast and the Bulletproof Screenplay podcast, so you guys could all stay updated on what we are doing on Indie Film Hustle TV. So before I get into it, again, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support. It has been overwhelming how many people have signed up, how many people are enjoying and watching this insane content. And we've got viewers from around the world. So, because I'm seeing you guys, I see all of you, and I am humbled by your support, guys. So again, thank you so much. And I take this extremely seriously. So I am out there busy trying to acquire and produce as much amazing content for you as I can every single month. So let's get to it right away. First up this month is going to be Indie Film Hustle TV's art house indie selected film, Obsoletia. Now, I wanted to create this brand within Indie Film Hustle TV, which can spotlight really wonderful films that are either you've won Sundance or won TIFF or won South by Southwest, or just are amazing films that haven't gotten a chance to be seen yet. And they're very much more arty, more art house, more film festival darling kind of films. And I wanted to put a place for that in Indie Film Hustle TV. So my first film up is Obsoletia from my good friend Diane Bell. Obsoletia won 2 awards at Sundance in 2010, which are Best Cinematography and the Alfred P. Sloan Award. And of course, as many of you know, I worked on this film as well. And I'm excited to bring this remarkable and actually very timely film to you guys this month. Now, next up, we have the DSLR Filmmaking Masterclass course, Part 1. I was able to get this course into IFH TV because I loved it, and it was so powerful and so much information that is in this course. The full course will be about 5.5 hours long, so we're releasing 2.5 hours of it this month and 2.5 hours next month because it's just so much stuff. I want to kind of spread it out for you guys. And in this course, you cover storytelling, choosing your camera setup, operating the camera, lenses, sound gear, how to capture sound inside and out, lighting 101, cinematography 101, exposures, apertures, shutter speed, cinematography fundamentals, the top 10 filmmaking accessories for a DSLR, and even a little bit of editing in Final Cut Pro X with tips about that. So if you guys want to go out there and start shooting with a DSLR camera and make your films and shoot your shorts and shoot your docs and shoot your features, and you don't know where to get started, this is an amazing course to get you going as a primer course. And even those guys out there and those filmmakers out there who are very experienced, there's still a bunch of nuggets in this course. So definitely check it out. Next up, we've got How to Cast Your Indie Film Masterclass course. This is a segment of the award-winning and insane course Directing Actors by Per Holmes over at Hollywood Camera Work. And I was able to grab a little bit of that course and bring it to you guys on IFH TV. So if you want to know how to cast a film from the beginning to the end, this is how you do it. And the course covers casting introductions, working with a casting director, the casting call, evaluating submissions, what you're looking for in auditions, part 1, directing the auditions, and also just the final auditions. They actually go through this entire process of the audition process and just go over it. And it's over 2 hours long, and it's so insane. So I can't wait for you guys to check that out. Also this month, we've got The Dialogue, the screenwriting series, season 3. Now, if you guys have not seen The Dialogue, it is ridiculous, this series. I love this series so much. I went after it right before I launched IFH TV because I wanted to be part of this platform. It interviews, the whole series interviews 27 of the biggest and most talented screenwriters in Hollywood. I'm talking about huge guys Jim Ull's Fight Club, Paul Haggis, David Goyer, and so many more. And this month, you're getting Bruce Joel Rubin, who wrote Jacob's Ladder and the blockbuster Ghost. You got Nick Kazan, who was the Academy Award winner who wrote The Reversal of Fortune, Patty Hearst at Close Range, and so many other films. Very amazing interview. Jeff Nathanson, who wrote Catch Me If You Can for Steven Spielberg, and Twister, and also wrote the Rush Hour films. So he's definitely one I would want to take a listen to. Ed Solomon, who wrote Men in Black, and one of my personal favorites, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And last but not least, this season, we've got Lowell Gangs and Babalu Mandel, who is, if you want to know about comedy, these are the guys to listen to. They've written a ton of films for Ron Howard, as well as working on MASH, Busting Loose, also worked on Happy Days and The Odd Couple, and The Dick Van Dyke Show. These guys go way back, but they know comedy, and their process is fairly remarkable to watch. I have seen all of these shows. So every month we're going to be releasing new seasons. We probably got about another 3 seasons left of this of the series, so stay tuned for more of that. Next up, we've got Earbuds, the podcast documentary, which is, of course, close to my heart because I am a podcaster. And this, if you are interested in podcasting, you love podcasts, this documentary is so cool because it goes into what it's about, what about the podcasting community. And they talk to some of the biggest podcasters out there. So if you love podcasts, definitely check out Earbuds, the podcasting documentary. Next up, we've got IFH TV's video podcast. So what I'm going to be doing now is actually recording interviews that I have with my guests. So you can actually see the interview, and you're going to be able to get early access to episodes that will be released in the future on the actual podcast. You'll be able to hear those interviews early and watch those interviews on IFH TV. And in this month, we've got an insane lineup. Shooting American Horror Story with Michael Goy, ASC cinematographer, as well as he was actually the president of the ASC, the American Society of Cinematographers, for 3 seasons. He wrote the book. He actually helped write the book of the ASC manual and many other things. It is a fantastic interview. We also have What Showrunners Do and the Writer's Room, inside the Writer's Room of Carnival. If you guys remember that amazing show on HBO called Carnival, Daniel Knopf is the creator of that. He was also the showrunner of that show, and we get into it deep in this episode. Also, The Art of Micro-Budget Filmmaking with Noam Kroll. And many of you guys know who Noam is. He's a podcaster himself, a filmmaker, and we discuss his first feature film in great detail and how he did it for under $10,000. Community Indie Filmmaking with Josh Doak. Josh was able to rally his entire town to help him make a movie, and how he did it, how he got distribution and all that kind of stuff we go deep into. And one of my favorite episodes, Shooting from the Heart at Sundance with Diane Bell, the director of this month's IFH Art House Indie, Obsoletia. Diane and I go into her new book, Shooting from the Heart, which she breaks down her entire course that she teaches on how to shoot independent films that matter to you. And last but not least, how to become a working filmmaker with Zacuto's Steve Weiss. We really go into the weeds on what it takes to make a living in the business with Steve. And he's been around longer than I have. So he's definitely been out there for a while and has been a very successful filmmaker a lot of years. Next up, we've got new episodes of Zacuto Live. And some of the episodes are Exploring Modern Cinematography with Yuri Neiman, ASC cinematographer, learning special effects makeup with Cinema Makeup School, how to shoot your film on your shoulder with the Red camera, and how to shoot a professional live show. We go behind the scenes of how they do Zacuto Live. Next up, we've got Film Fellas Season 3, Social Networking in the Wild West. I absolutely love this show. It's kind of like Dinner with Five, but with a bunch of filmmakers talking about different things. Great season. And there's about another 5 seasons left, so keep an eye out for those. And if you have not seen Season 2, which is all about Mumblecore with Joe Swansberg, who I've talked a lot about on the show, definitely check that out. Next up, we have a new series, Hollywood Makeover. And in this series, they go deep into every aspect of filmmaking, whether it's stunt driving, special effects makeup, cinematography, first AD, all that kind of stuff. And they show you a short film at the end of every episode. So it's a super cool show. I'm very, very happy to have it on IFH TV. Next up, we have the next season of the Director Series, Christopher Nolan. This is the uncut, extended version of the Director Series where amazing filmmaker and film theorist Cameron Byle explores the work of contemporary and classic directors. And in this season, they go into Chris Nolan. And we go into everything from his short films like Doodlebug all the way to Dunkirk. And it is about 3 hours and change. It is an amazing series. And the first season of that was Stanley Kubrick, which is, I don't need to say anything else. It was Stanley Kubrick. Next month, we're going to be putting out David Fincher, which is another great series on the Director Series. So look out for that. And finally, this month, we've got Shh, the short film. It's a great little short film I found, and I wanted to bring it on IFH TV. It's just about the annoyance of people talking in movie theaters. So that's it this month, guys. I might drizzle in a couple new things that I haven't mentioned to here. I got some things cooking. We'll see. Maybe there'll be a little Christmas surprise. I don't know. But that's it for this month, guys. And I know that we have probably around 30 hours of new content this month, and I know it might be a little bit overwhelming. So what I've done is made it easy for you guys. At the very top of the categories, there's a new category called Recently Added. So anytime you want to go, you will see what was recently added over the course of 3 or 4 months. The latest 3 or 4 months, all of those new titles will be easily accessed. And of course, they'll be in their normal categories. And I'll be adding new categories all the time. So check those out so you kind of organize things. And again, if you have any ideas, let me know. If you have any comments, critiques, things you want to see on IFH TV, things you want me to do for IFH TV, do not hesitate. Please reach out to me at the email ifhsubmissions@gmail.com. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support. I've got some amazing titles and courses lined up for you in January. We're about to lock down a deal for a 5.5-hour course on how to shoot a documentary from a multi-Sundance, South by Southwest, Toronto winning filmmaker. Really, really excited to be bringing that as well, among many other movies, documentaries, series, and other things that we're working on. So, and by the way, if you guys know of a feature film, a short film, or a documentary that is about filmmaking, screenwriting, acting, content creating in any kind of way, please let me know. Email me at ifhsubmissions@gmail.com. And we'll submit it and see if it makes it onto IFH TV. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store. I know there's a ton of shorts, and even if it's on YouTube or on Vimeo, it's okay. Let me know about them. And if you don't know them directly, if you just want to go, hey, Alex, this is something you should look at, please let me know. Documentaries, docs, features, shorts, courses that you think that can make it on here as well. I would be very excited to hear from you guys. And if you want to see the trailers or get more information about the new releases this month, just head over to the show notes at indiefilmhustle.com/IFHTV 1218. Or even easier, just head over to indiefilmhustle.tv. And as always, keep that hustle going, keep that dream alive, and happy streaming.
To get access to IFH TV, just go to indiefilmhustle.tv.